I've been fascinated by Strandbeest for a very long time, and now that Create Aeronautics is finally out, I felt like this was the perfect time to try building one in Minecraft. And for those who don't know, Strandbeest are beach-dwelling mechanical creatures created by Dutch artist Jansen. I wanted to learn as much as I could about these creatures, so I visited this museum in the Netherlands that was full of the remains of older Strandbeest, and I even got to play around with a model of the Jansen linkage, which is an 11-bar mechanism that forms each of the legs. Now, I had planned to go see the creatures walking along the beach, but unfortunately a storm had buried them in the sand, so I wasn't able to see them. But even without seeing the Strandbeest, I would still be able to build one in Minecraft. The first step was to recreate the Jansen linkage in-game. I noticed that many of the linkage ratios were close to multiples of 5, so I divided all the lengths by that much and rounded everything to the nearest whole number, thinking that it would give me a decent approximation. It did not. The Jansen linkage turns out to be incredibly sensitive to even tiny changes, and my first design barely worked at all. So instead, I built a web app to simulate different versions of the linkage where I could tweak the measurements and instantly see how the walking motion changed. But after experimenting for a while, I realized that brute forcing the problem manually was going to take forever. There are nearly 1.6 million possible combinations if you test every variation within plus or minus 1 block length, and if each test took just 15 seconds, it would take around 277 days to go through all of them. So I automated the entire process with a Python script that generated every possible combination and scored each one based on how closely it matched the original path shape and how flat the bottom half of the trajectory was. Once I found a design that was both very flat and close to the original motion, I built it in-game using the swivel bearing from Create Aeronautics. And when the first linkage finally started working properly, I copied it into a multi-leg assembly that would become the foundation of the Strandbeest itself. And this is the final result: a fully functional wind-powered Strandbeest in Minecraft.